but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stain from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they see me. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking.
Oh my goodness. Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the Geek Gauntlet Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. William D. Morgan, and we have the cast of thousands with us tonight. Got a lot to talk about. The Flash, well, what's the Flash? I wasn't happy with it. We'll get into that. You're also getting into my background that you see behind me and our thumbnail for tonight, Justice League versus RWBY. We'll talk about that. A lot to go over, but first let me go ahead and bring everybody on. First, let me bring in my girl. She is a writer for GNN. She also does her own thing on YouTube with her skincare channel, her Etsy, her artwork. I got to get with her because I got to get some stuff from her. I'll definitely be doing that, you know, for my sister, my mom's, things like that. I'm bringing in Kat. Kat, what's up?
What up, William? How's it going?
How you doing tonight?
Living the dream.
Good. All right, let me bring in this next person. This next person is also with GNN. He is the Twitter overlord. He rules Twitter with an iron fist. So as long as Twitter has life left, he will rule it with an iron fist. Remember my man Ambrose in. Ambrose, what's up?
Turning that bluebird purple, man.
Oh my goodness. All right, next up, let's bring in somebody, my anime buddy. She is in cosplay tonight, looking fantastic. Remember my girl Janae in. Janae, what's up?
Doing good, William. How about you guys?
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, she cosplaying Sailor Moon for us tonight.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Trying to get the extra points for a mega event that I'm in right now for my workout forum.
Okay.
You get more points if you cosplay. So
there you go. Get all them points. Get them all. All right, let's go ahead and moving on over to the world of gaming. Shares one of our resident streamers. Let me bring my girl Diamond in. Diamond, what's up?
Hello, everyone.
How you doing?
Diamond.
I'm doing good. How are y'all?
Cool. Doing good. Trying to make it. And last but certainly not least, this gentleman has been doing this with me for over 3 years. My main man, Shaw. And Shaw, what's up?
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
How you doing?
Good.
Living the dream.
In that dream. Let me do some switching here. There we go. No. I take that back. There we go.
Do the shuffle.
I did the shuffle. I take that back.
Is this for contrast? Like you have the Sailor Moon all dolled up lady and the fat guy in the Mighty Mouse t-shirt? It's like, oh, this lady actually worked for it. And this guy has a Mighty Mouse shirt on. Fat bastard.
Mighty Mouse is awesome, though.
Yeah, he is. Oh my goodness. We used to have so many death battles with Mighty Mouse versus Underdog.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have all those types of death battles with Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse is pretty cool. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get started with everything. We're gonna have Janae bring in some anime news. We're gonna have Diamond bring in her gaming news, and then we'll get into the Flash. Damn it, man. Let's go ahead and get started, guys. Here we go. All right, Janae, you have some anime news for us. What you got?
Can you hear me? I keep glitching.
I hear you now.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So first, where did it go? So final season of Attack on Titan. They're actually in, because I said there was 2 parts. They announced on Thursday that there's actually going to be 3 parts instead.
Wow.
Of 2 for the final season. And it's a 1-hour special. It starts on March 3rd for the first the first episode. So, but they haven't released when the other 2 specials are gonna happen.
About.
So it's like we
Did you
waited
guys
and
like
waited, and then another year.
What was y'all thoughts about the series? What was your thought about the series previously? What was your thoughts about Attack on Titan the previous season?
I was always kind of neutral on Attack on Titan. Like, it wasn't, and I'm sure I'm gonna get hate for this. Like, for me, it wasn't like anything super and great. It was just kind of like, all right, I'm bored and I need to watch another anime. Let's throw an Attack on Titan on.
Right. I feel you on that.
Yeah,
Anybody else?
Well, I tried when it first came out. I'm like, okay, what's the big hype? And I couldn't get into it when it first originally came out. And then I tried again. But the third time, I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch it. And then I was hooked. I'm like, okay. I was like, and then having to wait for the next season and the next season, like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
It's not like my top favorite, but I've enjoyed it. But there's always like these M. Night Shyamalan kind of things, like twists and turns on who's the actual real bad guy or who's the good guy kind of thing. So,
I just can't keep track of who's alive and dead.
that too.
That's a problem for me too. That's a problem. The only one I know for sure that's dead is old boy's mama. At the very almost at the very beginning when she got eaten by the Titan. Yeah, you knew she wasn't coming back.
What's messed up for me, like, is mom that ate his mom.
Yeah, just ate, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It's like a jerky stick. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
I'll
like
take
So
step
gross.
into Slim Jim. Come on now.
Snap
Come
into
on
a
now.
Slim Jim. You know.
Come on, man. Little boy got to sit there and watch his mama die. Other than that, I think the series has been pretty good. I think that and Villain Saga was probably the saving grace for anime last year. I think those 2 series was a saving grace because there was a lot of trash out there last year. Year before that too, there was a lot of trash out there. Boruto trash. There was just like a lot of anime trash last year. But I enjoyed Villain Saga, and for the most part, I enjoyed Attack on Titan too. So, but there was some purity trash out there. Ooh, trash anime. And it all starts with Boruto. And I've never been a One Piece fan. What else you got, Janae?
They just announced that the new Pokemon is going to premiere on April 14th. So this is the brand new girl and boy protagonists for the series.
We all know who that is. That's Ash's daughter. We all know.
I know, right? There's theory about that.
Yep. Big time theory.
Was Ash finally allowed to graduate high school?
I don't know if they're I think there's rumors that he's going to be the Professor Oak to these 2 kids. So they're going to age him up. But I don't know if they're actually going to age him up for any of these newer parts of the ones that had premiered on Netflix or not.
What is the involvement of Psyduck in this one?
Sigh.
Who knows?
Sigh.
Because I think they're more focusing on the Pokemon for Violet and Scarlet. So
Psyduck gets no respect. Psyduck gets no respect.
He went to school with Bart.
Even Misty doesn't
What's up,
like
Ando?
So does that mean that Ash knows the Bartman?
Ooh, that'd be
Right?
a crossover. That'd be a crossover for you.
No, like the Bartman dance. Like, did we all
Right?
forget this? Most of us here are old enough to remember
Oh,
the
yeah.
Bartman.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. about
Everybody, if you can do Bartman.
We got David. We got David in the building. What's up, David Fur? How you doing tonight, my friend? My man, David Fur. I got a dream. I got a dream for this show. Something that I would love to see or Snorlax. Yeah, I like Snorlax in secret. I really do. But I have a dream for this show, and what I want to do is take the host, us, MCU Mondays, and continue half an hour and just do one big humongous show.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
Like a super show?
Yeah, like a super show. That's what I want to do.
Oh,
Now I know
my
what
God.
kind of we're kind of limited with how many people we can have on StreamYard, which I think is 10. I'm not sure. I gotta look that up.
Next year we should do that for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
But I want to get Chris, I want to get Debbie, I want to get David Fur, Cam if he can make it. That's 4. Us to us 6, so we'll have this screen will be full. This screen will be
I know. I
full.
I was singing the Brady Bunch in my head.
Heck yeah. Bam, 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 bam.
Who gets to be Alice?
We'll have to come up with something that everybody could, we'll have to have like a meeting beforehand. And it's like figure out what the topic would be where everybody has knowledge on there, because most of you guys are more versed in the new Star Wars, more versed than me. Whereas I'm old school Star Wars with Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, and the original.
But I'm so hateful towards the new Star Wars. I revert back to the old Star Wars, so I'm probably in your camp.
Star Wars. I hate new Star Wars.
Every time new Star Wars comes up, I'm like, what? And everybody's like, oh, here he goes again. Why'd you guys have to bring it up? Why did you have to bring it up?
Oh, man. Because if you guys go, all you Star Wars fans out there, what I want y'all to do is on Thursday nights, head over Cantina Happy Hour, and they will what you don't know, whatever you need to have filled in gaps, these guys will definitely get you taken care of. Debbie get you taken care of. Cam will get you taken care of. Dave will get you taken care of. They know. I've been in the chat on most of their shows, and I always ask questions, and I always get an answer. I think the dumbest thing I probably asked, who was the strongest Star Wars character? I think that was
Mace Windu. Hello.
I ever asked. But I didn't know.
Hands out the window.
From the new stuff. And the old stuff, to me, it was Vader and the old stuff. But in the new stuff, I didn't know, because a lot of people have been introduced, Mandalorian, Andor, and things like that. So definitely go out, check out Cantina Happy Hour.
Yeah, what I will say about Cantina Happy Hour is, one, I thought I knew a lot about Star Wars, then I went on that show and I didn't. But it dispels any preconceived notion you have about Star Wars fans. It's completely non-toxic. It's friendly. They don't make you feel stupid if you don't know something. So it's probably something that anybody, if you're into Star Wars, it's a good show to watch because it's not condescending.
Oh, yeah.
They just like to talk about it. So.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. All right, Janelle, what else you got for us?
And then the last piece, I don't know if anybody else has watched it, but what is it called? It's called Ancient Magus Bride. That season, the second season is going to be airing in April, so I'm excited for that.
What is that airing on?
I watched it on Crunchyroll, but I don't know if it's also on Hulu or not.
Oh, okay, because some of that stuff is on Hulu too.
So
that you might find on Crunchyroll. All right, don't forget, too, guys, we have a Discord. That's our Discord invite right there. If you want to join the Discord, we don't do a whole lot with it as of now, but when you guys join, that definitely gives us something to talk about, and we can get that thing off and popping. Thank you, Janae. I do appreciate that update. Let me move on with the Diamond real quick. Diamond, what video game news you got for us tonight?
So, Amnesia: The Bunker has been delayed and pushed to May 16th of 2023.
Again?
Along with Star Wars Jedi Survivor, it has been also delayed until April 28th of 2023.
Why is this stuff being delayed? Is it like studio
Do you want
layoffs?
another Fallout 76?
Not really.
Do you want another Cyberpunk?
Not really.
Look, I'm a huge, one of my favorite video game series is Deus Ex. And the number one question we ask is, why has it been 4 years since we've had the last Deus Ex game? But then it comes out and it's like, this is why, because this game is awesome. It's beautiful. There's no flaws. There's no glitches. These games have, if people care about the games, they're going to get delayed. If they want to make money, they'll come out on time. That's pretty much what it is.
Unless you want to be like,
comment really quickly. So, since it's EA, and it's going to be microtransactions, is it going to be the Highlander effect? If you pay enough, there can be only one.
There you go.
There you go. Oh my gosh. Oh man, but you got a point, Kat. I don't want another Cyberpunk. I don't. So take your time.
Or like another Duke Nukem Forever.
Oh yeah.
Oh, poor
Oh,
Duke
we don't
Nukem.
talk about that in this house.
We're talking about it till the day he dies.
We don't.
Only one Kenobi. Ah. What else you got, Diamond?
So, speaking of EA, EA has canceled Secret Apex Legends game, Titanfall, and Apex Legends Mobile. So, and then Respawn is focusing on everything else.
I guess the microtransactions weren't helping the mobile version.
Well, here's the thing though, like in a mobile game, I think some of us are less upset about the microtransaction option in a mobile game than we are in a console game.
True. True.
Even in an MMORPG, we accept the online currency and that there are people spending real money for fake characters.
We do.
Fake gold.
We do. You're right.
We accept that. But when you start doing it with the types of games that you aren't used to seeing that in, you really got to look to, is your fan base going to tolerate it? And I really think that Star Wars Battlefront should have taught EA that, Star Wars fans will not cave to the Empire and pay that kind of crazy money. So we'll see. We'll see how that rolls.
Oh.
I honestly don't think that EA cares. I don't. I think they make their money every year. They have the NFL. They make the NFL money.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to worry about anything. They have 2 or 3 franchises that make their bread and butter. They get the Madden money, which they're pretty much a company that's propped up by Madden.
Well,
they're like Notre Dame. They're like Notre Dame. The whole college is propped up by Notre Dame football.
Well, I knew
but
this
how
was
many
good.
years before people forget who Madden was? That's the thing you have to realize. Part of Madden, it's still supporting it, is the sports fans and the name.
You also have to realize that some NFL fans are like zombies, and they don't realize they've been spending $80 on a roster update for the last.
That's all
10
they
years.
doing. That's all they doing. That's all they doing.
So I mean, and EA, like Madden, props them up, and they have 2 or 3 other franchises that make the money, and the rest of the games is just kind of like. It's kind of like the executive just sitting there counting money. It's like, what about this game? There's a lot of glitches. Just send it out. People will buy it.
But now other companies are starting to catch wind, and there's a petition out there that got started for them for the NFL to take away that exclusive NFL license from Madden. And also other games to come back, because I ain't gonna sit here in front. NFL 2K.
NFL 2K was good.
It was good.
NFL 2K was good. Quarterback Club was good. I don't know if anyone remembers Quarterback Club.
Heck yeah.
The one for PlayStation that 989 put out was good. Game Day.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
Love Game Day.
Games thrive when there's competition, and Madden hasn't been good for years because there's been no competition.
Nope.
Well,
you can
the
literally
entire NFL is actually calling for a lot of their old school contracts, not just in video games, but their TV contracts for like who gets to air the games, things of that nature.
Yep.
All of that right now, the owners of the franchise, of the game, of the teams, and we know we totally don't normally talk sports ball here, but
we normally don't.
Yeah, but a lot of these owners are calling for a review with the NFL of these contracts for that very reason. Is they're losing money, they're losing everything else because you've got these contracts locked in with these certain companies, and because of those contracts, they're not turning the money they used to.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually also though very, very facetious. Because a lot of the owners that are doing that are the owners that can make more money. Because
Jerry Jones owns the NFL.
The NFL is a revenue sharing. The NFL, and I'll say this because we could go all day about this. This is a geek show, but the NFL is a revenue sharing business.
Mm-hmm.
So someone like Jerry Jones has been lobbying for independence for years because the Cowboys make billions of dollars while a team like the Cardinals makes negative
Right.
$70.
Yeah.
Because he plays in a bigger market.
He plays in a bigger market. With the teams all sharing, you got Dallas, Chicago, New York, and LA wanting their money.
True.
And not wanting to give money to Green Bay, not wanting to give money to Arizona, not wanting to give money to the Florida teams.
Well, it's also some of the younger owners they see that the tide is starting to change.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to change with that tide.
Oh, yeah.
Rather than change as the tide's going out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like, would you say that the same for like 2K when they release NBA every year and then say, hey, if you want level 99, you have to pay for this microtransaction to get this much money to get to that level.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it is. It's the same thing. I mean, the sports video game world is all kind of in that format. But here's the thing. Look at just globally everything going on. You know, I can tell you, I'm someone who used to spend not even blink twice at 9 games just released the first week of October. Let me go buy them all, and I'm going to pre-order them all.
I'll go even one
Now
more on
I'm more
comic
selective.
books.
I'm a lot more selective paying $70 to $80 a game.
Oh, yeah.
Than I was paying $50 a game.
Yeah. And I'm with you, Ando. 2K5, play that, and then wait till you get some Game Pass. That's what I'm talking about. Save that money. Bump that. $70 ain't no joke. And then when you're looking at to get like an all Madden team, they make you do a transaction for an all Madden team when it used to be free back in the day. Oh no. Oh no. Not me. All right, Diamond, what else you got?
So the Wolverine game announced by Insomniac, the makers behind Spider-Man, looks like it's targeting a more mature rating.
That makes sense. But it's Wolverine. That makes sense.
That series has been that character has been neutered for too long. They really need to unleash actual Wolverine. Like no one, and I want to be in the presence of someone at least 10 years younger than me when they actually see a berserker attack.
They won't know to do it themselves.
No, they'll be like, "What is this? I need a therapist."
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. What is this? All right, what else you got, Diamond?
There's also a good lengthy gameplay from day before that just came out. Has any of y'all seen it? There was also a rumor floating around that the Xbox 360 aspect of the Xbox store would be closed, and Microsoft came out about that, saying that those rumors are false. However, they're removing a bunch of games. 46 titles in total are being removed from the store. One of them being older Assassin's Creed games, and that have updated versions, along with other games like Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon.
Damn, come on now.
But they just did a big remaster, though.
You need to read between the lines, too, when they say it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen for now. I fully understand what's going on right now because I'm a lifelong Nintendo fan. And every time Nintendo rolled something out, no, your Game Boy games are safe. We're not going to phase out Game Boy games. Then a year later, Game Boy's dead.
Yep.
It just happened now with the DS and the Switch.
Yep.
DS. Oh, your DS is going to be great for years to come. When was the last time you heard anything about the DS? It's then Microsoft. You have to go where the money's going, and they don't have. And I'm sure they're engineering something like PlayStation has with their tiered plus program. It's probably going to come back in the sense that you're going to have to spend $120 a year to play all those classic games, and you'll get unlimited access like they're doing with the PlayStation Plus program right now.
Well, we have that with Game Pass, where you pay a higher tier subscription to have access to the entire Game Pass library whenever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're probably going to roll it into Game Pass and make you spend a couple extra bucks to get the games you had on that.
Well, but I know with a lot of their and I saw it only because this past weekend I was updating to the remastered version of BioShock so I can play it at 60 FPS. They're doing the same thing with Assassin's Creed, though. Some of those games have been remastered, and they just had this massive sale where you were getting like bundles of the games, like 3 and 4 of them at a time for like $10.
Yeah. Steam is really good at that too.
I just
I
got
would say that
them
maybe where
now.
they're going with the 360, because let's be really honest, they don't even support the 360 software and updates anymore.
I was
So
mad as hell. They took my game off the deck. I bought this game. I bought Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the 360, and they took it down. Even though I bought it,
oh, that's why I buy
lost rights
hard
for
copies
it.
of everything.
I lost my rights for it.
I
Then
play
said,
Marvel vs.
"Man, come
Capcom
on,
all day
man."
long still.
Oh my gosh, that was part 2 also.
I
You
think
know
we're
what?
both
I have no sympathy for any of you because I have a Wii U. Okay?
Oh snap! Oh snap!
I have a
Oh,
Wii
snap.
U. I have a Wii U, and Nintendo. All the features I have, Nintendo's like, sorry, boop boop boop. We put the Switch out. Boop boop boop. You spent $500 on the system. We love your money, but we're not going to support your stupid system anymore. Boop 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 boop.
The last good game I played for that Wii, and I loved it. Tekken vs. Capcom. I loved that game. I took mine out the closet a couple weeks ago. Played the hell out of it. Love that game. Love that game. But other than that, that was the only good game I've really played on the Wii.
Oh no, I love the Wii U. The Wii U is one of my all-time favorite systems, but it just was not marketed well, and they just didn't have the support for it. But I have a lot of games for it. That's why when I stream on Twitch every once in a while, I'll throw a Wii U game in there because the games are a lot of fun.
There you go. He still has his Wii. There you go.
I still have my Wii U, but I remember when it was marketed, it was like, oh, you can take the games on the go and all that. I was like, really? Let me just like walk outside, 10 feet outside. I was like, yeah, nah, you have to like bring the whole console with you. I'm like,
Yep.
nah.
Yeah,
How dare you?
They welched on a lot of
You
things.
lied to me.
They welched on a lot of things. The Wii U is a Blu-ray player, but they locked it so they didn't have to pay Sony.
Right.
This some bull.
All right, Diamond. Anything else you got for us tonight?
I have one more. Bloomberg. I can't pronounce it. Bloomberg has reported what's going on at 343 with the leadership changes, switching to Unreal Engine, and the fact they're prototyping a new game called Tatanka. However, they're still working on Halo while also collaborating with other studios on the game. Yeah.
That's interesting.
I wouldn't be mad with Halo with the Unreal Engine. I mean,
I wouldn't be mad either.
I would be mad, but I don't know how badly Halo's brand is damaged right now.
It's not.
After that like TV show thing, I was like,
After the show, after everything.
The unspeakable.
I mean, I didn't really play Halo because I've never really been an Xbox person, but I mean, the last couple of games have, from what I've read, not been hot, and the show really is the first nail in the coffin, the first actual nail in the coffin for the series.
The last Halo,
the series is still alive, but the show did some damage.
The last
but
Halo.
That's kind of like Halo fans are just as toxic as Star Wars fans in that aspect. There's a lot of lore to go back to, and let's face it, you're not going to be able to make live action Master Chief as cool in live action film as you do in the video game, because the video game, that's your adventure.
And that's the thing, because I never played Halo, so I'm watching the show with my buddy, and I'm like, this show is bad. He's like, you don't understand. I'm like, no, I don't. Like, I'm actually enjoying myself, and this is very rare, so please don't ruin this for me.
As someone who has like Halo Edition consoles, and like I'm staring at like a ton of Master Chief gear in my like plethora of nerdy stuff.
Master Chief.
I wasn't mad at the show. I can see where people were a little bit like, Master Chief doesn't take off his helmet. Like, okay, boyo. Like, we get it. Master Chief doesn't take off his helmet in the game.
Okay, like outside of my house, I rarely take off my hat, but every once in a while, I have to like scratch my head.
Exactly. But if you really watched the game, you read the stories. Like, I mean, I have Halo books. I've read way into the lore. The whole like, I think if they would have gone more the love story the route of Cortana, even though Cortana is an AI. Versus the leader of the enemy, that I'm drawing a blank on their names right now because it's been a while since I've played and read. I don't think people would have like lost it on that aspect as much. They would have been like, oh, it's the story we all wrote fan fiction about Cortana and Master Chief. You know?
No.
I think they need to do the SNL skit on Mario Kart where
That was awesome.
yeah,
That was awesome. That was awesome. The last good Halo game I played was Halo Wars.
I think the last
That's
one
the
I played
last
was like Halo OST, and that was it.
Yeah. But I played Halo, and I enjoyed Halo Wars because I love real-time strategy games. So I enjoyed Halo Wars. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the rest of our topics for the evening. First, let's go ahead and get into the Flash.
Why?
Let me tell y'all. I know, right? Let me tell y'all. This show was terrible. This episode was terrible. And I showed y'all what my boy Kill wrote up on his review, and a lot of that I did agree with. And this show, more than this episode, I should say, has showed you more reasons to hate Iris West Island than anything. Go look toward the end of this show. The Flash is a freaking superhero, y'all. A freaking superhero. He's got some of the most badass powers ever. The man can run backward and forwards through time. This dude was losing to somebody throwing a freaking boomerang, but yet getting his butt kicked.
Was it Captain Boomerang?
Captain Boomerang. But yet and still, toward the very, very end, look who comes and saves the day with a gun. Iris West Island.
Well, really, if you think about it, she saved the day with the bottle of wine. Because it was if I'm stuck in this time loop, I might as well drink.
I might as well drink. I might as well get drunk and enjoy
Yeah.
it. Oh, I did another thing that made me pissed. I didn't mean to cut you off. Nothing that pissed me off. When you look at when the show started, and I'm not saying it's not correct, because it is correct, but I can't stand these things to save my life, and I don't care who wears it. I don't like these bonnets, man. That's just me. I don't wear a hair scarf when I go to bed. I don't like bonnet. That's just me. That's a me thing. And they actually showed the bonnet, and I get it. I understand it. It's a real thing for a black woman to wear. I just don't like bonnets. But the whole thing pissed me off because here you have a real live superhero kicking ass that can kick your ass. I mean, and he's losing to a dude that throw boomerangs.
Captain Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang. Here comes Iris West
blowing
Island.
himself up.
And here comes Iris West Island saving the day with a gun. And then nothing that floored me too. After they beat him, when he teleports off, go back and he's all hugging up on her and calling her babe and all this other stuff. Bro, you got a secret identity you got to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
You just showing it all out there.
What annoys me about that is that, and again, I'm done trying to stand up for DC. I'm officially, I threw the towel in on them. I can't. And the Flash is one of my all-time favorite superheroes, and it pisses me off. Knowing the lore of the Flash and Captain Boomerang, if Iris West actually tried to shoot at him, he'd just kill her by hitting the bullet with the boomerang.
Yep.
So that alone, I can't.
Maybe you can help me understand. What is this with this lore with damn Iris? I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't either. Look, I've given up. Me and Kat have sparred over my simping for DC for the better part of a year, and I've just given up. I've thrown the towel in. I'm done. I can't. I don't know what Warner Brothers is doing. I've been a lifelong DC fan. I've always thought DC has had the better storytelling than Marvel. I've always thought that DC has had the better characters than Marvel. And whatever Warner Brothers is doing, I wish them the best. But I just completely I don't even have any more towels to throw in. Like to me, I'm looking at DC and Apollo Creed is just getting the shit. I'm sorry, is just getting beat up by Ivan Drago in the ring, and Ivan Drago is just knocking him out, and he's dead. Like DC is Apollo Creed and Rocky IV.
It was sewer water. It was sewer water. But Shaw, jump in here. Help me out, man. What did these showrunners see in Iris that I might be missing? Because they keep falling back on her like she's a damn superhero herself.
Because
of what?
Mostly because of Eric Wallace, the showrunner. Because ever since he began, he's made it very clear that he likes Iris. That like Iris is his favorite character. That he was going to put more and more for her. So that's very much why she's gotten so much focus, I guess we could say.
So Iris is the Velma of the Flash.
No. She ain't that bad.
Whoa. That is like...
She ain't that bad.
All right, age 30 years.
All right, Sheriff. Don't put the noose on just yet.
My boy Gil said, man, Iris West, age 30 years. Oh, my goodness. Did anybody else see the episode? Anybody else have something they want to bring up about it? To me, it was just, you saw Red Death at the end, but it's like...
But I feel like really like they got this last season, and I hate to say it, I feel like they already threw in the towel. Like, why are we even doing this? Because they're already like, it's our last season, whatever.
Last season.
Like everything in the kitchen sink.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There's some stuff to look forward to, though.
But not in like a good way. Like, it's like they've just thrown up their hands like, oh, we're not getting another season, so whatever.
They should have just trolled us and put Mark Hamill's Flash in the place for the 9th season.
Yeah.
From like 1990.
I agree. We've been better than what we got now. Janae, did you see the episode? What did you think? Janae, can you hear me?
Me?
Yeah.
Did you see me? It glitched when you said a name, so I was making sure it was me.
yeah, you did. Did you get a chance to check the episode out?
I was getting so angry at it. We were making fun of the costumes. We were making fun of them ripping off Groundhog Day. We were like, do we have to watch this anymore? It was just bad.
It's terrible, man.
It started, Arrow and Flash started out so good, and then they started bringing all this other crap, and then we saw the very ending with the whole Batwoman symbol bullshit, and we are not happy with this next episode coming.
Yes, that's right. The best John Wesley. Yes. John Wesley.
And
yes.
so, yeah.
Last time you saw him was Stargirl.
So.
Anybody else want to go around with it? All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, show, or next news item.
Well, actually, we got a little information to talk about the upcoming episodes and stuff about Flash. So give me a minute. All right. So first up, if this season wasn't only 13 episodes, there would have been a 2-part episode to tie up the loose ends of the Legends of Tomorrow. However, apparently the Legends of Tomorrow will be appearing in the show. It's stated just like that, so it's not stated that they'll be there together or what's actually going to happen, but all the members specifically.
Let them die. Just let them die.
I mean, there's a couple still like to see again, like Adam and stuff.
Like when it first started, Legends was good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
they turned it to comedy.
Well, but I think what happened is when they started, Legends started turning into this comedy trope when they kept talking about canceling it. And I think it was kind of like I said, the writers of The Flash. It's like, oh, it's our last season, whatever. Legends got to be where every season it was going to be, oh, it's your last season. Oh, it's your last season. And they're just like, we don't care anymore.
Yeah, more or less.
Don't.
Well, that's
to me, everything DC right now, everything they're putting out, it's like that scene from The Simpsons where Homer's playing Krusty the Clown, and they have like the Hamburglar come out and steal the hamburgers, and Homer just beats the crap out of them. and like it's like this little person, and Homer's just pummeling him, and the kids are just like, "Stop! He's already dead." and that's
dead horse for real.
That's just what, especially the Flash. It's like I don't even understand, because
I agree with that too, Kill.
I wanna just ask James Gunn, David Zaslav, anybody at DC on the offshoot that you're watching this, what did the Flash do to you in your childhood? Show us on the doll. Because it's like, show us on the doll, because it's just like the Flash is just, you fire fan favorites Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot. Yeah, they got to go. The weirdo in Iceland that beat the hell out of two ladies. Yeah, keep him around. He's cool.
Allegedly,
it's on tape.
I know, but I'm just worried about.
Yes. All right. Allegedly,
I don't want to get Brett Favre.
Yeah. Allegedly, who allegedly beat up two ladies in Iceland, and then allegedly, like, probably got banned from Hawaii.
Yep.
Allegedly from Hawaii. That's like getting banned from Vegas.
Hey, you get a whole island. You got banned. Your ass got banned from a whole island.
How does that guy get to keep his job? I ate a potato chip on a job one day and I got fired.
Damn.
I'm a career service industry worker, and I'm looking at Ezra Miller and I'm like, I'm in complete awe of you.
Man.
I walk wrong and they're firing me.
Show me your ways. Let me write down everything you got.
Well, I feel like isn't really capitalizing on what is going right for them. And we'll get into this a little bit more, because I think we still have to go over Harley Quinn, right?
Yes, we still have over Harley Quinn. Yes,
we'll get into a little bit more of my thoughts on why they're missing a big opportunity when we get to that.
Okay. I can't wait for that one.
All right. So we got next, buddy.
All right. Also, apparently they're saying that Daniel Panamaker's new character, she's going to be connected to both the finale and is the most important character for both the team and Earth Prime, and will be the reason why the Flash and the family will survive. What are your thoughts on that?
Kill them all?
Yeah, she'll be the reason why they'll survive the season or whatever.
I thought this season was gonna go great, because we saw Iris die when the show started. I thought it was gonna be fantastic. I thought we were gonna be good. I was gonna celebrate, because I thought she was gone, and then it was just a dream.
Can I just give a shout out to Daniel, Dick, Werner, Ambrose? Potato chips and assault are considered equally heinous. Go Yankees.
What up, Dan? How you doing?
All right. Lastly, I want to talk about the plans that were for season 10 that scrapped because they're not getting season 10. They were going to do 3 arcs: the Forever War, which would have been similar to the Armageddon event with a lot of returning characters. They would have actually done Blackest Night.
Wow.
And then they would have had a storyline with the Justice League versus Despero.
Ooh.
Yeah, with him having a group too.
And that's why they canceled it.
Well, because they had all these great plans. Like,
how are the CW?
Y'all would have watched it more and given us more money. We had all these great things we were going to do for you, but you know what? Since y'all didn't, this is what we could have had. No,
how is the CW going to fund 2 storylines that involve the Green Lantern?
This is y'all fault.
That's budget.
DC is saying this is y'all fault. This is y'all fault that we gone. It's not our fault. It's y'all's fault. We had all this stuff planned for you, but you bailed on us. So I'm gonna let you. We're gonna leak what we had planned, and too bad for y'all. It's over.
Like, if they approved it, because 2 of those storylines involve the Green Lantern. If they approved it, DC would have made it the first Green Lantern, and they would have been like, and it would have been the script. It would have been like, villain runs into forest, and they would have been like, wait a minute, the Green Lantern's allergic to wood, and it was like, oh, That's a shame. We have to just cut the
Yeah.
Lantern
Cut
budget
it
out.
off. We got,
He's
this is the first Green Lantern, the one that was the one who had no power over wood.
But it's like directly
Feed
after
both
the
of the
credits.
Like, oh, you thought Green Lantern is Lantern Corps? No, it's a whole new environmentally friendly show.
Yeah. We brought in a Green Lantern who had no power over wood, so he's environmentally safe. I'm gonna let you know that.
It's like the Hamburglar running into the forest, just like, nah. Put it out.
Oh my goodness! All right, Shaw, what's the
All right, next up is The Last of Us. Did anybody see the most recent episode?
I did.
I did not see last night's episode. No,
I did not see it.
I haven't seen it yet.
I saw last week's.
All right, all on you got.
Last week's I did. Yeah.
That's our homework. That's our homework assignment for those who didn't watch it. That's our homework assignment for tomorrow.
So
Before
sorry,
the
I'm
Super
gonna
Bowl.
spoil it all for y'all. So you know,
I'm okay with spoilers, so
Yeah, I'm good. Go on
you
ahead.
don't like it. La, 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 la.
I deliver pizzas. I have to work through the Super Bowl, so I don't care.
So,
Oh, that sucks, dude.
you know,
Who cares? I'm a Raiders fan and the Chiefs are playing, so I'd rather not watch
That's
it
true.
anyway.
That's true.
so the episode, it gave a little more insight to kind of what was going on for
Is
people.
this last week's or last night's? I'm
Last
sorry.
Last
Okay.
night.
Because like I said, obviously I'm not someone who played the games because I'm Xbox PC Master Race. And it was a PlayStation exclusive game.
Yes.
For someone who's behind, they like to emphasize they're on the master race. I'm just
Well,
saying.
you know, just saying, you know, that's why I never played the game. So I don't have the game to cloud my judgment of the show.
Mhm.
So it did strike me as a little bit odd because it wasn't really clear when they first got to St. Louis, I believe it was, or was it Kansas City?
Kansas City.
Kansas
Kansas
City.
City. Okay. I was like, I know it's somewhere in Missouri. So how long Fedra had been out of the loop, so to speak?
Well, as someone who played the game and was surprised last week, this is all new.
Okay.
Mhm.
These are new characters.
Well, and
Yeah.
I think from
so
what I
I'm
understand,
I'm not really familiar with what direction they're going to go in, because they have a lot of ground they have to make up on, because Bill was a bigger character in the game.
Mhm.
So they have to make up for the time they lost with killing Bill off in episode 3. And there's a lot of stuff they have to do, because I don't think there's a lot of things they can do in the game. I mean, in the show that they could do in the game
yeah.
and keep it to whatever amount of episodes they had. So I think they had to make up characters. So this is kind of throwing me for a loop. So I can't even really predict
So
what's going to happen.
from what I understand, they basically replaced Kansas City with what should have been a different city in the game.
I think it's supposed to be Detroit.
They're replacing Kansas City with wherever they actually met Bill in the game.
Right. Yeah. And so, but the thing is, so when in this episode, you find out that Fedra has only been like kicked out of the city for 10 days at the time when they arrive.
Mhm.
So where it kind of looks like this lawlessness and this chaos had been going on for a long time, it had only been 10 days since
Wow.
the people had taken the city back from Fedra.
And
And you find out that part of the reason why the people finally rose up was because, I mean, I think we all know that Fedra, they're not really the good guys. But just
wait, really?
just like any other batch of bad guys, there are some that are worse than others. And so in Kansas City, you had Fedra, which was basically like a massive abuse of power in that area. They had, and just like we saw in the DC area, we saw in the QZ there that, yeah, part of Fedra's thing was getting people to turn on other people. But there were still kind of some rules in place for it. Kansas City's Fedra was kind of like the Gestapo. They made their own rules and basically were ruling with this massive iron fist that's only going to work for so long before the people are going to rise up, right? But I think definitely all of us kind of had that impression that the QZ had been overrun and kind of kicked out for longer than 10 days. And really up till this point, which is a big complaint of a lot of people that played the game, you hadn't really seen a lot of the monster hordes. So in this episode, Joel and Ellie end up meeting up with Henry and Sam.
Which was what ended the previous episode.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, because I haven't watched this one yet, so I just want to make sure I'm with you.
Right. So the last one ended there. And because it turns out Henry had been part of Fedra. And that's part of why they were why they were so intent on hunting him down. And so intent that he had to be the one behind the people that got killed. When it was really Joel and Ellie. And you come to find out, sorry folks, spoiler alert, the reason that the lady in charge now has such a hard-on for Henry and wants him gone is because he is the reason her brother died.
And you do kind of need that. Like, the lady is a made-up character in the show, but when you meet Henry in the game, Henry and Sam are actually in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But when you meet them in the game, it's like any other video game. It's kind of a loose end. You meet them, chance encounter, and then you're under fire from a random sniper, and, bandits are attacking you. But you can't do that in a show.
Right.
You can't keep having bandits attack you in a show. You need to have something that ties the show together.
Well,
so they and I think creating this character, which I haven't seen this episode, but I saw her in the last one, and I saw when Henry and Sam showed up. I think creating that character is tying the show together where the video game couldn't.
Yeah. Another thing you saw in this episode too, which I think you saw a little bit more in the game through your travels, were like the underground cities where the people in little like communities that everybody had created to try and hide from the infection. And this is really the first time you start to see where you get to see a little bit more of Ellie with that more like childlike innocence, is because this is the first time she's really been around kids close to her age with Sam. And you see this opportunity where, like, hey, we need to wait until it gets a little darker because it'll be easier to travel under the cover with night. We'll hang out in this kind of like underground bunker for right now, and like the kids could play, and they found like some comic books and like Matchbox cars. So you really kind of saw more of that. You saw Joel really kind of sinking more into that. He hasn't had anyone to really care about in that way for 20 years. And you really kind of start to see him making a little bit of that transition with Ellie at this point.
I did see that in the previous episode. Because we've had this discussion where I didn't agree with Ellie's character, but Ellie's vulnerability really did start to show in the episode before this one. And the bond is starting to show because Joel's trying to look for his purpose after, even 20 years after his daughter died. And Ellie's starting to show her vulnerabilities, so it's starting to come together. So it's the show. I haven't watched the latest one, and I don't care about spoilers, so talk about it as you will. But the show is coming together really nicely, and it's tying together really nicely. I will not call it a loyal adaptation to the game, but I will call it a faithful adaptation to the game.
Well, and this is kind of where this episode, because like we said, one of the biggest complaints people have been kind of talking about is you're not really seeing them being like overrun the way you would in a video game. So towards the end of this, they make it to the edge of town. They're in this residential area. They're sneaking through. And I think this is kind of where they brought in where you mentioned they'd been pinned down by a sniper that was taking pot shots.
In the game, yeah.
Yeah, so in the show, as they get to the edge of this residential area, they get pinned down by a sniper.
So they tied that in still. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Which is part of the which he is loyal to this new separatist group that is basically these revolutionaries that kicked Fedra out.
Is his name Count Dooku?
No, that you don't get to find out his name out before he gets killed. He's sniper number 1, you know.
Sniper Dooku.
So Joel manages to get up to the house with my favorite, because Ellie's like, no, he's going to shoot you. And
that's actually, I'm sorry, that's actually how it happened in the game.
I feel like I can hear myself saying this in this type of situation. No, I'm going to be fine. This guy's an absolute shit shot. Because he was barely hitting the broadside of a large SUV.
Damn.
So he's like a stormtrooper.
Oh,
Yep. I'm about to say stormtrooper.
Diamond beat me to it.
Yep, me too.
So, Joel gets to the house. Ellie, Sam, and Henry are pinned behind a car. When Crazy Lady and the rest of the revolutionaries, basically the guy that was sniping them called in on a radio that he saw them. And, of course, you know, in Hollywood time, that was plenty of time for them to make it across town. Mm-hmm. And so Joel gets the guy's sniper rifle, shoots the driver of one of their big armored vehicles that used to be a Fedra vehicle. And the vehicle careens into a house. And as they have Henry, Ellie, and Sam pinned down, all of a sudden you see the vehicle tip because it was burning. It was on fire. You know, Hollywood, everything hits the fuel tank and everything lights on fire, right?
Like a Ford Pinto.
Yep. And it breaks open like a basement. And you just see this massive horde of clickers coming up out of the ground.
The dog got scared.
Is that how it ends?
Even the dog got scared.
No.
That would be a great way to end the episode.
Oh, no. They went dark. Which, I mean, with Last of Us, you're going to see that. Just the premise of the show.
I mean, I know the general plot of the show, and I mean that because I know I've played the game and I know how a lot of things are going to end.
He's confused. He wants me to go on. Like,
I was going to say, I can't tell if he doesn't want any more spoilers. Or he wants you to continue. He's so confused.
You now have Joel picking off.
He was just enjoying his sketches.
You've got Joel who's now sniping the clickers from the window. Like, he's spotted where Ellie, Sam, and Henry are, and he's basically keeping the clickers off of them.
Right. Gotcha.
And they get to an edge where, like, they can make a run for it, and Joel, like, radioed them that he was going to head out the back of the house.
That's in the game.
Yeah. Yep. As they get to the edge, they get stopped by Crazy Lady. I don't remember her name. And she's about to shoot them when basically she's taken out by a clicker. And they run off, they meet up with Joel, and they just go.
Okay.
Okay, that's new to me, but yes, okay. It's tracking.
Well, because we've got the new lady and like she's doing her whole villain speech of, I understand why you had to do it, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to forgive you because I'm crazy and that's not how this works, and I'm just going to kill you because you killed my family.
We tried to rob you, and then you shot 4 of us, and
how dare you?
Yeah, how dare you do something like that?
How dare you thwart my robbery and kill me, sir?
I'm about to rob, and how dare you try to stop me?
So from there, they go ahead and they end up finding like an abandoned hotel. And the kids are in one room, and it's like a room with an adjoining door. Like a Motel 6 or whatever.
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, you know where this is going.
Oh, no, I know.
Yeah.
No.
So the kids are there. They say, hey, kids, time to go to bed. They shut the door, put the kids in. But of course, you know, after everything they've been through, Sam can't sleep. And you're seeing this more vulnerable side of Ellie because she's with someone who's another child. And he asks her, like, how is it that you're never scared? And she has to explain, like, no, I'm scared all the time. And he asks her, you know, if you become a monster, are you still inside of there? And then shows her his leg.
Oh, geez.
Where the clickers
that was in the game.
Yeah.
And she cuts her hand, and she's like, hey, my blood is medicine. Let me help you.
Mm-hmm.
And so she cuts her hand and puts it over the wound, and then promises him that yeah, we're going to stay up all night, and I'll watch you, and you're going to be okay. Well, at some point, she dozes off, and it shows in the morning, she wakes up, and he's just sitting there staring out, like, the window. And she walks over, and he's turned. And so he jumps at Ellie. Ellie falls into the door knocks open. You know, big, you know, everyone trying to figure out, like, what do we do? And Henry has to shoot Sam.
Yeah, that was a really, really heartbreaking moment in the game.
Yeah.
And then at that point, Henry then kills himself.
I don't know, because I haven't gotten to that point on the replay. I don't know if that happened in the game, but if it happened in the show, then that sucks.
Well,
I thought he like locked himself in the room after he killed his brother.
Well, so and
Yeah,
some of it though,
I think that's what
they
happened.
may have made that change in the show because Henry is Sam's older brother, and so it's been his responsibility to look out for him.
Yeah.
And so his entire purpose now in life, after he's now had to shoot his brother, who he was now had to protect, his purpose is over. There's nothing else left for him. And you kind of start to see, like, as they're burying the bodies outside the hotel, that, like, Joel is realizing that he is in that same situation with Ellie. Because of the way that their relationship has started to evolve, if she died, got hurt, got sick, why would he have any reason to continue?
Right.
Yeah.
Right, I feel
So yeah, I mean, it was definitely kind of a somber ending, but you really kind of started to see that more vulnerable side of Ellie, which a lot of people were like, I mean, Ambrose isn't the first one that's had that concern. Like, you know, hey, in the game she was this. I think for a TV audience, though, they just had to adapt her a little bit, but you're starting to see a little bit more of that vulnerability come out. The more that they're actually out in these incidents.
I liked it in the episode before this because they actually pulled something from the game where she was telling him dad jokes. Like she had the book that's in the game. Like she had the book full of dad jokes, and she'd annoy him throughout the game, and he'd be like, "Put the book away," and she'd be like, "One more," like. But so They started to capture the character a little bit better. And like I said, even though I was concerned, you have to do it a little bit differently on TV. You don't have, with the video games, you have 60 or 70 hours of content to play with. With TV, you have to narrow it down to 8 hours. Or whatever this season calls for. So...
All right, anybody else want to chime in on The Last of Us before we move on? Think about it, Cat. All right, nobody wants to chime in. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, show.
Yes, sir. Let's move on. Harley Quinn, the Valentine's special.
I saw it.
This was amazing.
I think it was great. It was great.
Oh my god.
It was great. You had Hawkman and Hawkwoman. You had Darkseid and old girl. I think it was fantastic.
You had 100-foot tall Bane.
Yep.
Covering his junk with a semi.
Yep.
And bumping everything.
I apparently am still the only person on the world who hates Harley Quinn, and I still refuse to watch the show. So sorry.
That's good.
This is kind of where I feel like DC is missing an opportunity. And they should have seen this opportunity after the success of Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. The audiences right now, we kind of want something we can laugh at. We want something that's a whole lot over the top, that just makes us die of laughter.
Right.
So if you take Bane, you talk to, I'm drawing a blank on his name now, the guy that played him in the movie, the Batman movie.
The Batman and Robin movie?
No.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, yes. I wanted to say Tom Ford. I was like, no, he does lipstick. Totally different Tom. So you take Tom Hardy and you have him naked running through the streets of Gotham in nothing but a sign that says Gotham Sausage Fest. And at the end, standing there with all that's covering him is a semi. You will get more women in that theater than Jason Momoa's abs. And it's that same slapstick kind of comedy that you get with Peacemaker and Suicide Squad.
Oh my goodness.
And I mean, I think
Bane.
The world needs a laugh. Let's face it, the world really needs a laugh. And I think if DC would capitalize on that, on like the really lame anti-hero or anti-villain kind of concept, whether and I mean I can agree with Ambrose that like the Harley Quinn character isn't great. The animated series annoys me much less than most of the other Harley Quinn content.
Yeah.
But it's because of all the other characters that are mixed into it.
Right.
But yeah, I really felt like there were just so many opportunities. Like, this episode kind of gave me vibes from Suicide Squad 2 at the end when everyone was running around chasing the monster.
Ah, I got you.
After it escaped, where it was just this ridiculous, like, over the top.
Yeah, Starro. Yeah.
You know, I think that could have really worked. Because it was kind of the same vibe in this episode. I think if you took something like this and turned it live action, you'd see your audience kind of like start to slowly come back. Not this other trash they're producing.
Trash. Straight trash. But I love the episode. Anybody else want to comment on the Harley Quinn episode? Janae, what did you think about it?
Oh my gosh. I was watching it, part of it last night. I'm like, what the heck am I watching? And then like, Ivy has her big orgasm. I was like, oh no, it's gonna affect everybody. And it did. I was like, oh no.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's basically a giant Gotham orgy.
Yep.
I gotta ask, when did Poison Ivy go from being a seductress to being a lesbian?
Oh, that was a while back in the comics.
Yeah, that's way back in the comics.
She's kind of a cranky, crotchety person, though. She's not like, she's just like, I'm really done with it, and like,
she got a little pudgy too.
I'd say more like Harley Quinn's a little bit more filled out than Ivy is, but Ivy's taller than her.
Yeah.
Right.
But they both look good.
Yeah, she's taller than Melina,
But I just thought it was funny when Harley just couldn't let it go and had to steal Wonder Woman's lasso.
Yeah, that was funny.
Like, oh my God.
I feel for her too, because eventually Wonder Woman's gonna figure out what happened.
I know. It's just like, why did they have to make the superheroes so dumb?
Oh yeah,
because it's so funny.
It's like, oh my God.
Nah,
it's like,
one
really,
that got
Wonder
me
Woman,
laughing.
you're gonna believe it's like this. You're gonna believe her, okay?
Now the one that got me was when they put Batman in jail. I was just done. They told him
for tax evasion.
Everybody, this told everybody who he was. This is Bruce Wayne. He done this, and tax evasion. And it's like, he's also Batman. They took his ass and put him in jail. I was like, damn.
That actually, if they made that serious, would be a great movie. It was funny as crap to me. Oh God.
I was surprised that Selena gave him chocolates in jail with their little bat shaped chocolates.
Bat shaped chocolate. Yeah.
I'm not. Selena and Batman have been going together for a while.
Oh, and that would be
Yeah, but she
interesting.
was just all like, "Oh, I don't like him anymore. He's my ex," and so I thought, it was
Yeah, they're
funny
like
that
a
she
high
did
school
that.
romance.
Right?
But that would be kind of interesting if it really happened in real life. Well, did you get a chance to see it, Diamond?
I did not. I think the last episode I saw was when Selena stole Martha's like pearls, and I was like, oh god, and then like Hardy just pointed out like,
That
oh yeah,
was
don't worry,
funny.
Selena stole your pearls. Oh come on, like
That was
what do
funny.
you expect? That's Catwoman.
That was funny. All right, so what we got up next?
All right, next up, we got that Legion of Superheroes movie. What do you guys think? For anyone who saw it,
I think it was
I
awesome.
didn't see it.
It was
I did not see
awesome.
I didn't see it.
It was awesome. I got a chance to see it on a website that will not be named. Just be sure you had but if you do find said website, just be sure you have ad blocker on. But I thought it was very, very, very good. You really didn't see the OG Legionnaires, so like toward the end of the show, and they did a race swap with Lightning Boy, or Lightning Lad, if you want to call him that. They did a race swap with him, but other than that, I had no issues with it. Monel turned out to, started the show being a goody, but spoilers, he was one of the bad guys, and Shaw knows I can't stand Monel, so that works fine with me. That works perfect with me. But it was a very good movie. Superman was in it, Batman was in it, Solomon Grundy, he was in it. Supergirl, of course, was in it. Is she still being played by Summer?
Not sure.
I gotta look that up because I think that was Summer who was in the Terminator movies. I think she's still being played by Summer. I gotta look that up.
Was it in one or two? Because it doesn't matter if it's another Terminator movie.
Hey, I think she did it in one. I'm not sure. I gotta go back and look it up. But it was a great movie. Especially toward the end when you think when Batman and Robin ended up being teleported someplace and we still don't know where. So you guys gotta go check it out. It's a fantastic movie. You also see how Supergirl teams up with Brainiac. I thought that was cool. So definitely go check it out. It was a good movie. All right, Sean, what we got next?
All right, so we move on to the news. First up, we got a rumor of the only 5 characters from Marvel TV that will be coming back. Picture number 3, please.
Oh, hold on.
3. That's
what I have for 3. Hold on one second.
Are you sure? Nope.
Hold on. Did you give me?
Nope. Also, nope. This will be around there somewhere.
I might not have it. Nope, I don't.
There you go.
I don't.
One back.
Oh, one back?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah, the only characters are going to be Jessica Jones from her show, Colleen Wynn from Iron Fist, The Punisher from The Punisher, Quake from Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Wiccan, or whatever her name was, from The Runaways.
Yeah. So happy to see Quake come back.
So they're going to surround the Punisher with a bunch of teenage girls.
No, they're coming back in their own.
Yeah, their own things and stuff.
Their own series.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 3 of them are teenagers.
Yeah. Get to see Quake coming back. I miss Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I know it had a long
run. Why is
still
Jessica Jones coming back and Luke Cage is still on the sidelines?
Because people forget that that's what Harlem's really like.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have anything against Jessica Jones, but like Luke Cage was actually a really good show. And
I didn't care for Jessica Jones like that. It was aight, but
Here's the worst part though. Out of all of the Defenders shows that they brought forward, the only ones that didn't get some sort of like negative press were Jessica Jones, I'm not sure how, and The Punisher. Like, you had people that were coming for Luke Cage being like, we don't agree with how they're depicting Luke Cage and Daredevil in Hell's Kitchen. Have you been to that part of New York? I think the exact words were there were Hispanic people in Harlem. Which
I mean, I
ask
just-
people to please visit major cities and the various boroughs major cities have.
Go to a Yankee game. Just go to a New York Yankees game and hang out outside of the stadium for 5 minutes.
Yeah, because there was the complaint about Iron Fist that Danny Rand was white,
Which he is.
He is. Yeah.
Mhm.
His name is Danny Rand.
Yeah.
Now that's got ethnicity written all over it. Okay. That's got black written all over it. Okay.
But yeah, so I have a feeling that maybe why those two are the only ones that were brought back is because Marvel's not sure how to kind of face the. At the time, at least when they made these decisions, Marvel wasn't ready to look at people and say, "Have you been outside your patch of America?"
Your little comfort zone. Yeah.
You know.
I just thought
it's not Marvel, it's Disney.
I just thought Jessica Jones was just okay. I just thought she was just all right.
I mean, it was pretty much a show where you watched a girl sit on her fire escape and lament over her problems.
With some boobs.
It had its moments, but you know, as far as superheroes you want your children to look up to, Jessica Jones and the Punisher are probably not my top two picks.
They ain't it.
Another with Jessica Jones is 100% someone I would want my kid to look up to. One, takes things into their own hands, disagrees with bullies. Okay, if someone sells you some bad coke, you got to go in and take care of that. You can't do that if you're not the Punisher.
But I think they really got rid of Jessica Jones, so it wasn't enough action in it for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough. It was more like developing with her best friends, kind of like Pokemon. It was that trying to get with her best little blonde friend that she had and trying to look out for her, and then trying to look out for more girl from the Matrix, trying to look out for her, and all this storyline and stuff. And Kat knows how I am. I got to have some story. I got to have some action somewhere.
Wasn't
hit me
the
with all this
actress?
story. Give us some action somewhere. At least Daredevil gave you action.
I think the problem I had with Jessica Jones wasn't the actress from the show Don't Trust the Bee at Apartment 23? Yeah, it was like a sitcom. And I was like, oh, that's that lady from that funny sitcom. And she's trying to be serious. I can't.
Oh, see, I knew her from Breaking Bad.
Does serious really
Yeah,
well.
Breaking Bad is where I knew her from. Yeah.
Oh,
She does really well. She's really great as Jessica Jones.
I just don't
think they picked the right storylines in the right order.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for me. If you're gonna bring Luke Cage into it, you should have started it that way and then move forward with the story.
Well, they should have done it right and started him as Power Man.
Yeah, but you did see him put on the suit. He said, "Hell no!" So
Yeah.
You got it for 30 seconds.
And I don't know if they're going to bring that back because Luke Cage is in the Evil show now over on Paramount Plus. So I don't even know if he can do it.
Right. Which is probably why he's not coming back, probably.
All right, Shaw, go ahead.
My dog punched me.
Some more rumors. It's rumored that Marvel is currently looking to cast a black actor for Sentry.
Me.
We're also getting Blue Marvel.
Me. I love the. I mean, I'm not dark, yeah, but I got the size. I can do it. I love to believe Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel is awesome, man. If y'all don't know who Blue Marvel is, go look him up. Go read some of his issues. That dude was going toe to toe with Sentry, knocked out the Hulk. Controls antimatter.
Wait, which Hulk did he knock out? Mark Ruffalo? I can do that.
Man, but he's an amazing hero, man. And when I read that in the lineup, I said, "What?" So we got Sentry coming and Blue Marvel. Okay, let's go. It's about time too. All right, Shaw, go ahead.
Speaking of which, apparently Patrick Stewart has been told to be on standby for Deadpool 3.
Wow. Okay, cool.
That would be hilarious.
That would be, yeah.
Next, we got some casting for that Hitmonkey show. Picture number 12, please.
Oh, have I mentioned that Hitmonkey is my spirit animal?
Hitmonkey.
You lost me with Leslie Jones.
Well, yeah.
Hitmonkey.
I mean, out.
It's like, oh, this show is going to be funny. Oh, I'm going to get yelled at for 30 minutes.
Well, you're not wrong.
That's why I tell you that, Ambrose.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Prime Video has announced a second Marvel project based on a Sony-owned character. This will be one centering around the gritty 1930s Spider-Man noir. All interested in that?
I only saw Noir one time though.
We'll see how it's done.
We only seen Noir one time though.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of the most popular Ultimate versions of Spider-Man.
We'll see how that works.
Definitely top 5, I want to say.
We'll see how that works.
Around there, yeah.
I mean, Spider-Man Noir is not a bad storyline, but I think Amazon is just like, you know what? F Disney. I just want to do whatever we can just to F Disney.
Okay.
And
Disney's doing a pretty good job of that on their own.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're trying to exacerbate the process.
What they need to do is bring back the animated series like they're doing with X-Men and come on where they left off. That'd be awesome.
Disney can't do that.
I know.
I think they could finally do that with the Hulk in like a month. They can't do it with Spider-Man because Spider-Man is in perpetuity. That's why like everyone's like, why would Sony make a movie about Morbius? Because they made a movie about Morbius and there was a poster of Spider-Man in the background and that reset the clock.
All right, so what else we got?
All right. We also got the release date for the Justice League X RWBY movie. That's going to be coming out part 1 in April 25th. What are y'all thoughts about that?
I want to see it. I love RWBY. I know Janae differs with me on RWBY.
It's the animation. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. Stupid 3D bullshit. Can't stand it.
Here's the
if it's the people, no. If it's just the weapons and the background and like sometimes the animals, okay, but they look like freaking puppets. They don't move like humans.
Oh man, I love RWBY. I love my favorite RWBY character. I love Yang. She is completely awesome. With her gun gauntlets. Only she could be somebody who could really wield them. Because if a normal person tried it, their arms would be destroyed. So I love RWBY, and this should be a pretty good success. I'll put it back up one more time. This should be so good. Yep. I can't wait. All right, Shaw, go ahead.
All right, next up, the Flash movie actress speaks out. Picture number 6. Let's get into this. So the actress playing Iris West, she said, "Well, people forget that a lot of people go through things, but they don't do it with the world watching. Although it comes to so it comes with the territory, it's really unfair to have been hard watching it." So she's kind of defending Ezra Miller, apparently.
For the record, I never broke into anybody's house to steal liquor.
Exactly.
For the record, I've never gone to Iceland and chokeslammed a woman, and I've never gone to Hawaii and hit a woman in the face with a bar stool.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I've allegedly never done any of these things.
Allegedly.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I've also never allegedly went on the run with Dakota Iron Eyes and been missing for months. I've also never allegedly had to hide while I was doing my Flash reshoots.
Hey,
While there were warrants out for my arrest, allegedly.
allegedly.
You know, I've never allegedly even had to go to the bathroom before I came home. So,
even the dog is saying saying
even the dog is saying allegedly. So, I think that's another. Member of the cult of Ezra.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like the whole Britney thing several years ago.
Yeah, conservatorship.
I feel bad that he had to go through whatever he was going through in front of everybody and in front of the world stage. But
that's the same point. But my point is,
what did he have to go through?
But with that cat,
getting caught with his alleged dealings.
But with that cat, I look at it like this: just like we do every Saturday night, we put ourselves out there. When you're an actor or an actress or a cosplayer, in Janae's case, you put yourself out there. Yeah. And people watch you.
So just, keep in mind, if I ever make it big on the news, so like if TMZ starts following me around and, we know we're doing something right.
But I mean, what's the difference between him and I'm sorry, because I'm a sports fan. Like, what's the difference? Like, because he can do that, but so any NBA or MLB player that, smacks around his wife.
Oh, they have better cleaners.
And it's also different because while the crime is the same, the athlete is looked at differently. And you have even a different form of scrutiny when you look at it from a professional sports angle, because not only are the fans and law enforcement looking at you, but that league is also looking at you. And particularly with Roger Goodell and what the NFL is doing nowadays with his policy of no one's bigger than the shield. Oh yeah. Alvin Kamara, he got away with one last season and they allowed him to play, but this year it might come back to bite him, so we'll see what happens there.
And once again, sports teams have much better cleaners,
right,
to keep it all under wraps. So and the reason I look at Ezra,
I don't know, Ezra Miller has a pretty damn good cleaner because Johnny Depp lost his job before Ezra Miller did. A lot of people have lost their jobs before Ezra Miller should have lost before Ezra Miller rightfully should have lost his job.
Well, here's the thing with that, though, is like with the Britney situation, and Ezra and Britney are pretty close comparisons there. If you really look at it in the big picture of everything.
Was he in a conservatorship? Am I missing something?
Well, Britney was not at the time when all of her stuff happened either.
Right.
The difference was on Britney's side, someone in her family stepped in and said, whoa, we need to reel her in. Mm-hmm. No one did that for Ezra. They just let him keep on his, Symphony of Destruction, allegedly.
Allegedly. It's a good name for a metal band.
Before finally it got to the point where law enforcement got involved, to the point where they're like, oh, I guess we probably need to have someone sit on him. And I'm sorry, I look at Ezra Miller. He's the real life Deep right now.
Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. For real.
They chalked a lot of it up and let a lot of things kind of go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm willing to bet you right now he has someone who basically he has a babysitter now. I would bet
somebody watching him at the house. Yeah. That's for sure. All right, Shaw, go ahead, man. Let's go. Let's kind of speed this up a little bit because I didn't realize we're going an hour and a half.
All right, we'll speed it up. Let's see. The Keanu Reeves Constantine movie, the sequel, is not canceled. It apparently is still moving forward.
You bringing Matt Ryan back for that?
Huh?
You're bringing Matt Ryan back for that?
No, this is the Keanu Reeves movie.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
To that.
Okay.
Didn't see that one.
Yeah. Also, apparently now it's turned out that HBO Max and Discovery Plus are not going to merge. So
no.
So both of those are going to stay the same. Yep.
I want my BattleBots.
Mm-hmm.
BattleBots.
BattleBots is awesome.
I want my BattleBots. I want them to merge.
Ain't seen that in years.
Yeah. Toy Story 5, Zootopia 2, and Frozen 3 have all been greenlit.
No more Toy Story.
You got
no
your
more
naked
Frozen.
Man. Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Now you got
especially
Sailor Moon
Toy
Man.
Story. They got done.
Now you got Sailor Moon Man. She better get her wand.
Sailor Moon Man, and
she better get her wand and her tiara. Moon tiara.
Bad Disney. Bad.
Sailor Moon stole my outrage, and I completely condone this.
She finna get her husband tuxedo mask and throw a rose at him. Oh man.
I don't need no tuxedo mask. I hate that character. Give me Prince Diamond any day. Give me that villain.
Like,
Go ahead, Shaw.
Yeah. Also, AMC theaters are introducing a plan where they'll pay more money depending on the seats. So, depending on what seat you want to go to, it'll be cost less or more. What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like that's
Again,
stupid.
100-foot Tom Hardy with nothing but a semi truck. You will sell all those expensive tickets.
you know what, man? The theater used to be fun. It used to be a place to escape.
Yes.
I remember when I was a kid growing up in New York, and there were like 3 or 4 movie theaters, and they were the old-fashioned movie theaters. The kids would sit in the balcony. You had your cushioned seats, your sticky floors. You paid your matinee prices.
Oh, hell yeah.
And now you got to pay ballpark prices to get a good view of a movie. I just can't do that. I have a nice TV.
Stay home.
I have a nice TV. Except for Wakanda Forever. Don't come around here no more.
Go get you a thing of popcorn. Go get you a thing of popcorn. Go get you some soda, maybe some candy. They got the bigger candy at Circle K's.
Hell yeah, I got a 7-Eleven right down the street. I'll get my kid
crib.
one of those cheeseburger hot dogs.
Yeah, maybe at the house. Maybe at the house, man. Shoot.
See, I only go to Draft House because, if the movie's bad enough, they've got enough mixed drinks that I can drink until it's good enough.
You know what? That's not fair. I don't have an Alamo Draft House in Annapolis, cat. Okay? You know what I have? I have an AMC Theaters, which is going to charge me more to see the movie.
I feel like concert tickets at this point.
Yeah, really.
Well,
and the movie might not even be that good to be worth the increase in the price.
And I think that's probably why I go to Draft House is because, for me, I'm willing to pay more for my ticket if I can get real food, like not just nachos for $20.
That makes sense.
If I'm getting an actual burger or like a personal sized pizza, it's the legit popcorn, not the stuff that's been sitting in that bin for like half an hour. No, stuff. Like you order the popcorn, they are popping it old fashioned style with legit melted butter. So,
all right, Shaw.
I don't mind paying more for that.
I like the oil. I just don't like paying $20 for it.
Exactly.
True.
Right,
also, the YouTube station The Backrooms is apparently getting a movie made soon. What y'all thoughts on that?
And y'all keep going, Brad.
My brother loves that type of stuff, so
yeah.
Never watched it.
I haven't watched it, but it sounds like something Rule 34. I'm terrified to ask.
I mean, it's not like it's more of like a horror type thing.
It's a horror thing.
Oh,
okay. Like a low budget horror type thingy.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably plenty of that on Netflix.
It's very imaginative, though.
Why is a YouTube horror movie getting a sequel when I've been waiting for Freddy vs. Jason 2 for 20 years?
Because Freddy vs. Jason 1 was horrible.
That's why I want a Freddy vs. Jason 2, cat.
It's like Deadpool in the Wolverine movie. We all try and forget it existed.
They also did that to Taskmaster in the Black Widow movie, and yes, I'm trying to forget that existed too. I hate my life.
Taskmaster was better than the Deadpool thing, probably.
No, the Taskmaster was worse because the Deadpool
there was more action and stuff from the Deadpool thing.
No, the Taskmaster one, because it was like Taskmaster was an iconic, snarky.
Not as much as Deadpool.
Deadpool at the time wasn't as iconic as Taskmaster is to comic fans now.
Bullshit.
When did Wolverine Origins come out?
That was
like at least 2001.
Yeah, definitely after that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Deadpool was
definitely sometime after the Spider-Man movies.
So Deadpool wasn't even 15 years old by then.
No, but he had a good, solid fan base.
Yeah, he had a fan base.
The fact that most people couldn't have even identified that he was supposed to be Deadpool at that time in that movie I think they definitely did Deadpool way more injustice than they did
Yeah.
Taskmaster. You can at least
Most
identify who
definitely.
Taskmaster was.
Most definitely, yeah.
Yeah, because they kept calling him Taskmaster.
Yeah, see, I still,
like, of course you could identify him because every 30 seconds, like, yeah, that's Taskmaster.
no, but like legit, I had no clue that was supposed to be Deadpool until like I was like, what are all these jokes about him playing Deadpool again? Huh? And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, that's who that was supposed to be. So, yeah.
I just don't understand why. Like, someone, when they came up for the idea for Taskmaster for that movie, someone really should have showed them X-Men Origins and Deadpool and been like, this is what we're doing again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got some Percy Jackson news. Question number
Yes.
16.
Yes. My man. I can find it. My man. What number was it?
16.
Oh shoot. Whoa, that's 16. Hold on. I got you.
Towards the end.
Hold on. I got
There
you.
we go. Yep, it has finished production, so we'll be seeing it on HBO Max not HBO Max, on Disney Plus pretty soon.
Love Percy Jackson.
Is it going to be a show or is it going to be a movie?
It's a show. It's a show.
Love
okay,
Percy
cool.
Jackson.
All right.
Let's go, Percy.
Yeah. They already talked about how it's going to be
Jackson.
a lot
Let's
closer
go.
to the books and stuff.
Let's go, Percy Jackson.
Well, they messed it up on the second movie, and I liked the Percy Jackson movie, so I hope they do the show.
Yep.
They do the show good.
Yeah, I always liked Greek mythology, so I'm really interested in seeing it.
I liked when Nathan Fillion was in the first one, and he was like, it was the best show on television. Of course it was canceled.
All right,
Right.
the last thing we got is the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list for the TCG. Picture number 9, 10, and 11. Yes, so bunch of stuff got banned.
How they ban Barrier?
Yeah,
Or forbidden it rather. I'm sorry.
there's a win thing that's been doing that shit a lot. Pisses me off because I was using that shit on my Glass Beast. The limits basically say that this new deck called the Ishizu Tears completely messed up. Like they banned they limit everything for that thing.
Ancient Fairy Dragon is like a anime favorite.
Yeah, it was banned. It's coming back because they've errated the effect.
Mm.
Yeah, I forget what.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think it's that you can only do a once per turn or something.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. And
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
bring
Karasu at 3. We got
there we go.
a couple of the tuners returning again because
I like Jet
freaking
Synchron. I like Jet
Fiverr's
Synchron.
going.
I like Jet Synchron and its
Yeah.
effect. And Yada, man, that lot of that Yada lot, boy, back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Back in the day, the Yada lock, yeah.
I'm playing TCG, playing some control decks with Yada.
Mhm.
Good stuff.
Yep.
All right, I want to go over to Ambrose real quick. Ambrose played the new Harry Potter game.
Right.
What did you think about that, man?
Real good game. Only got a couple hours of gameplay in last night. After the show, I'm probably be streaming on Twitch, so find me on that. I'm gonna get a couple more hours logged in before I go to bed. Smooth. I played the PlayStation 5 version. Graphics are amazing. Controls, some reservations I have. It's a scope control, which I don't agree with. I'm going to try to toggle and see if you can change that in the options. But like when you cast the spells, you have to know exactly where you're aiming, and I'm not really a big fan of that. I'd rather have point and shoot. But as far as the story goes, the story so far is on point. The graphics are amazing. Like I said, you could tell it took 6 years to make this game. They really put the time and effort into it. Aside from the controversy and everything, I'm not going to get into with Hogwarts. I would say it's a solid game. And first impressions, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10, maybe even a 9. Perfect 10, no, because control still on initial play is still clunky. But when I finished the game, obviously the rating will change. But even there was one scene, it's cinematic, and you can see they took the effort. There's all sorts of birds flying around, and I kind of left it for a minute to see how it's going, to see how they dealt with it, and it didn't overlap. Everything was in a different pattern. The waves, the birds, they had them all going in a different pattern, had them all shifting in a different pattern. They put everything you can think of that could go wrong with this game, they thought of. And they put the initiative in to eliminate it. So I haven't found anything wrong aside from anytime I review a game, the problem's going to be controls. So when I say controls, that's given.
Right.
But the game itself looks beautiful, flows beautifully. The story so far is awesome. And if you want to follow me after this podcast, I'll be streaming over on Twitch, and I'm gonna log in and play the game. So, yeah.
All right. Cool. Thank you for that. Oh, and I also want to get with you too about getting those Let's Plays up on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. So I have the first edition. I'm gonna import it to my computer, and so I'll have, after the session I do tonight, I'll send you 2 or 3. I'll edit them and have them sent to you tomorrow night. I'm a little behind. I've been sick, so I have a lot of Geek News Now tasks I have to finish.
Oh yeah.
So this is one of the things on a long list. So
cool. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a Let's Play. We're gonna do a Let's Play playlist on the Geek News Now. I'm gonna play through some games. I'll see if anyone else on the Twitch team wants to contribute, and we'll import the videos and put them on the YouTube channel. And if you're not a Twitch subscriber, you don't have to join Twitch. You can just watch us play on YouTube.
There you go. All right, let's go around the room real quick and see what everybody's doing this week before we get out of here for the night. I'm going to go to Kat first. Kat, what you got going on this week?
Well, as always, you can always stay up to date on all of your geek news, as Ambrose mentioned, over at geeknewsnow.net. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. We are all over the World Wide Web, so whatever platform you want to find us on, we'll be there. On my personal channel, I'm going to have probably a couple more unboxings going on this week, because got some fun mystery boxes for Valentine's Day that came in. So
boo. Forget Valentine's Day.
But mystery boxes.
Mystery boxes are cool. I love mystery boxes.
There could be a boat in the mystery box.
But Valentine's Day, what's in the box? But Valentine's Day, boo. All right. Let's go through. Let me find out what you got going on this week, Diamond.
I'm still play what's it called? Yakuza Like a Dragon. I'm starting to play Hogwarts Legacy, but I'm trying to figure out how to stream it on my PS5.
Right. Cool.
It should be hold on, Diamond. It should be very easy. If you have your Twitch account linked to it, you'll be able to hit the left button and you can just stream. You just won't have your camera on you.
That's fine. I don't want to look at my face.
Yeah.
Now see, look, y'all just don't worry about that. Y'all just watch the game. That's all I need y'all to do. Just watch the game.
If you just want people to watch the game, hit the
watch the game.
If you just want people to watch the game, hit the how I'm holding it, that start button. There's 2 on the top. This one.
Okay.
And it'll stream to Twitch, and you'll be good.
There you go. All right, Janae, what you got going on this week?
Just reposting my challenge from 2 years ago, and I was going to post a new drawing that I had done for a commission that I delivered to somebody today, actually, and it'll be on JLIXNB on Instagram.
I want to ask you, how you got the moon symbol out there like that?
I put makeup on I put makeup on a hairpin that I have that's a crescent moon, and then I pushed it on my forehead, and then I just added extra makeup.
That's cool. That's
because
cool.
I could not freehand it to save my life.
That's cool.
Nah, your ingenuity is admirable.
Yes, that's cool. Put off and
get it however you can.
Right.
Like,
and you did a very good job on that Sailor Moon.
Pencils for the win.
Tonight. Very good. Yeah, she got the hairstyle.
See
down,
how
too.
I got the Yankee thing on my forehead is? I took a cap and I just put it on. All right.
I just put it on and bam, there you go. So, what you got going on this week, man?
I've been rewatching Kenichi, Earth's Disciple,
Ooh.
and I'm enjoying that. It's been years since I've seen it, so we're watching it.
Nice.
There we go.
Yep.
I finished up Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I unlocked Varys from Vrains. Unlocked him. Still trying to get his rocket deck to work. But other than that, that's all I've really been doing. Oh, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection. I'm loving that game. It's got all the turtle games on it, and I'm loving it. Oh my gosh, I am loving it. Particularly the arcade one. Oh man. I'm loving
Is the
that
arcade one the one that's like Avengers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good game.
That thing's awesome. That thing's awesome. All right, you guys. I want to say thank you for everybody coming out tonight. We do appreciate that. I want to say thank you to Ando, David Fur for coming on out tonight. We appreciate that. My boy Ando, my boy Kill coming out tonight. We appreciate it. My boy Dan the Dick Warner. You want to see more of him? You can check us out on the Sports Report every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. You'll catch him there. And if there's nothing else, guys, I want to thank all of you for being here with me as well. And we will see you guys next week. Well, actually, no. Next week, we're taking a break for these ladies to have Valentine's Day with their significant others. I'm a big, huge hater of Valentine's Day. So I'm just going to enjoy the time, the rest. So we won't have a show next week, but the week after that, we'll be back on. So definitely catch us then at that time. But yeah, we're going to give them, these ladies Valentine's week off to enjoy.
Wait a minute. I have to. Damn it. Now I have to do something with my wife, man.
Yep, you sure do. You sure do. You got to do something.
Dude, you take the Poison Ivy approach. Binge watch TV.
There you go.
Food and sex.
Okay, one, I'm not a fat lesbian. I'm just fat. Okay?
That's fat. That's all. I'm just fat. That's it.
No. She likes sushi though, so I'll just get some sushi.
There you go.
Roll it on in.
There you go.
Okay.
Wrap yourself up like a sushi roll.
That is totally unappealing for all parties involved. It's just it is totally
sushi roll.
Cat. I am a fat man. Gosh. Like, look at this. There's not enough seaweed in the world.
Actually, that's not true. Off the coast of South Korea, they've got a giant seaweed farm. I'm sure they can help you out.
Oh,
yes,
man.
And then North Korea would be like, "Hey, here's a payday bar," and then I'm a hostage and I'm part of an international crisis.
There you go. There you go.
I'd be like, I chased the payday bar because it's delicious, and then like that fat guy that runs North Korea would be like, "Ha ha," and I'd be like, "No, joke's on you, dude. No one loves me."
We got you now. All right, you guys, we are out of here. Appreciate everybody for through. We'll see you a week from today. We'll see you guys then. Everyone have a great week, safe week. For those who celebrate Happy Valentine's Day, Happy Valentine's Day. Your boy won't be celebrating it. So you guys have a great night. We'll talk to you later. Take care, y'all.
Later.
Laters.
Peace.